A couple of months ago, I was poking around one of the many sub-ranges of the Rocky Mountains on Google Earth, searching for a fun hike to do on one of my road trips. That's when I found something that completely blew my expectations out of the water. And that great find was this: a high ridgeline that looks to be entirely composed of massive stair steps of stone. Normally, you can see the layers in a sedimentary rock such as this. Like on some of the surrounding mountains, there is a clear parallel banding to the rock. But to find incredibly large and pronounced steps, such as these, is much more rare. And then I realized, to properly see this stunning formation hidden high up in the sky, I would have to summit the peak just to the north, which would be no easy task. At over 12,000 feet in elevation and over a vertical mile of elevation gain from where I could park my car, climbing this mountain might be the hardest and best hike I have ever done. I'm currently on my way to go see those giant stair steps of stone. I'll have to go up this pass, come around the backside, and summit that peak, and then I should be able to see them. I am 2 miles in. I've been hiking since about 5:30 a.m. and it's now 7, and I have gone up 2,300 feet of elevation. And to get to the top of that peak, I need to go 3,000 more. So by the end of this hike, I will have gone a vertical mile. Anyway, I got a lot of ground to cover, a lot of feet to climb, so I'm gonna get going. Let's go. So what initially drew my attention to this place on Google Earth was actually these alluvial fans here, these rock slides. These are just being caused by the slope being so steep that all of the rocks disintegrating and falling down the mountain essentially act like a river channel. And they spread out and make these beautiful tongues of rock. And it almost looks like a painting. And this is just a great view of it. To be honest, I'm not really sure what the correct technical term for these formations is, because alluvial fans is a term for something created by water, whereas these seem to be created by mass wasting, or gravity. Maybe colluvial is the correct term, I'm not sure. Any geologist experts in the comments, please let me know. And there are actually some even crazier ones on the other side of the range. And I won't be able to reach those or see those today, but I'm thinking I'm gonna come back and make another video. But yeah, I saw these beautiful rock slides here, and then that drew my attention to the stair steps of stone up by that peak there. Kind of funny how one discovery will lead to another on Google Earth sometimes. Getting pretty steep now. I've made it pretty much past tree line, and I think I actually just spotted something really cool here. So I think this right here is a rock glacier. You can see over there the rocks are falling very smooth. It's honestly crazy how smooth it looks. But then over here, this spot is really bumpy and hummocky. And I'm pretty sure that's because it's a rock glacier, which is essentially semi-frozen ground or actual ice that is just completely covered with debris and rock. Probably a lot of it. But since there's partially frozen material down there, it causes this really lumpy formation that we can see here. Did you hear that? That is the sound of probably one of the cutest animals to ever exist, the pika. They only live in high mountain talus like this. They collect grass all summer and they make themselves a little den in the boulders and overwinter here. And they need the cold, high, rugged alpine environment to survive. And actually with temperatures warming, they're only going up in elevation. I've made it to the saddle, and there is a pretty insane view from here. I think this will be a great place to have breakfast and plan my route. There is a path up that way to get to the top, but that requires some class 3 and 4 scrambling, so I think I'm gonna try a longer, safer route. That's gonna go kind of down that way and wrap around. That way is just crazy. Man, walking across all this loose scree really sucks. I will say though, getting up early, like really early to hike is such a cheat code for these really tough hikes because the sun still has not hit me and I've been hiking for over 3 hours. I don't know, it still feels so early. I feel like I got a lot left in me. Ooh, check this out. This is kind of a hint about what kind of rock this is, but we got some really cool shell fossils in here, a bunch of them. Maybe even some coral. All of this is a fossil. These are fossils. That's super cool. Quick little update. The sun has finally reached me. 9:30, so that's officially 4 hours of hiking. This mountain right here is just a brilliant white. I think it's made of quartzite or something like that. I just came all the way from over there, down through this scree, and then up this, which was not fun. And then I had to kind of traverse this ledge here. You wouldn't guess this, but I still have 1,600 more feet to go. Oh yeah, and check this out. There's kind of some of these stair-step layers of rock right here. I didn't even see that on Google Earth, but that looks sweet, and that's hopefully a good indication of what's to come. Man, you wouldn't believe it. Even all the way up here, there's still mosquitoes. I mean, come on, I hike a mountain, go up 4,000 feet, and I still can't escape them. made it. Oh my God. Welcome to the top. It's quite windy up here, so I apologize for the bad audio. But I will say that was one of the steepest, hardest, and most awful things I've ever done. That sucked. So we can see this way, just like we have been able to for the entire hike. But now we can see the valley and the thing I saw on Google Earth right over here. So here are the giant stair steps of stone I saw on Google Earth. And wow, they are crazy. Just beautiful. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that, and they really just do look like stair steps. That is crazy. Just massive layers of rock, and what's really cool, as you can see, is there's a big fold. Because over here, the rocks are dipping this way, right? And then over on this mountain, and a little bit down there, they're dipping this way, which means there's a massive syncline here where the rocks have gotten folded. You can see over there. And actually, I think the exact spot where they're getting folded is right there.
Let's take a quick look at the geology of this mountain range, as that might help explain why these giant stair steps are here. To start, this range is almost completely comprised of sedimentary rock. In the case of our mountain in question, these sedimentary rocks are limestone, rocks that formed at the ocean bottom millions of years ago. These layered rocks were originally flat due to the law of horizontality, but over millions of years they were compressed and deformed to form the angle that they are at today. As I mentioned, we can clearly see a syncline fold running through the mountains, and it is even visible miles away on a different mountain. Then, as the crust of this area began to stretch, typical basin and range formations were created, thrusting this mountain range and the rocks within it high into the sky, where they begin to erode away. And since limestone is a sedimentary rock, naturally we can see the layers that were laid down millions of years ago as it erodes away. You can see these layers all over the world wherever sedimentary rock is present. I am not sure exactly why the steps are so pronounced, but my best guess is that these rocks are particularly resistant to weathering. I have to say, in 2025, especially after this hike, my new favorite outdoor hobby has to be peak bagging. Hiking mountains such as this has just been so rewarding this year, and the feeling of achievement and the sheer beauty that you get at the summit of these high peaks is just unrivaled with anything I've ever done. And the thing is, they simply provide the best view of the surroundings that you can get without going into an airplane or something like that. And even then, I would say from the top of the mountain, it's better because you don't have to look through a window. You don't have to hear a loud engine. You can just listen to the wind and feel the air and see the views for yourself. So I hope these peak bagging videos are enjoyable. I really want to keep making more because this video might be my favorite that I've ever made.
This is called the West Ridge. I would have had to come up that, and that does not look fun. Instead, I came up over there, and also not fun, but a little bit safer, so. Now I have to make my way back down the ridge, down that valley, across, back up to this saddle, and then I actually wonder if you can see my car. I think my car is over there. It is now time for me to make the awful hike down. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this format. I absolutely love finding things on Google Earth and then going and visiting them. It's easily one of my favorite things I've discovered since starting this channel. It's such a fun way to explore. I have lots of other videos for you guys to watch in the meantime. If you want bonus content or if you want to support me, go check out the Patreon, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.